Okay, so we're going to cover our self-defense moves from the first class and second class in one video. So it's like a two for in one video. And that's because the whole series kind of depends on how tall the bad guy, stranger danger, assailant, perpetrator, bully is compared to you. So let me bring in this really nasty bad guy. This is Dar. She's going to help me out today. So first one is we have our circular techniques and breakaway techniques, okay? And so standing up, we'll start with single hand grab, okay? So here's our circular technique. I just do outside in. For high ranks, I would like to see you step towards the target and do outside in and then pretend to strike afterwards, okay? And then we have our breakaway. I'm going to grab my hand and then pull it just like that. And then bam, for you older students, we're same size versus same size. I want you to add the elbow in right afterward, okay? If we're smaller, we yank our hand away and we disappear. Okay? Same thing with circular. I run this way after I break loose. Then there's the striking that comes with it. If I'm smaller, I do circular motion and then uppercut if they're not letting go. In fact, if they're pulling me, I let them pull me into these strikes. Okay? It could be a middle punch too if she pulls me. Alright, so that part I'm not testing on, the striking part, but the breakaways I am. So once again, circular, and then we have breakaway, just like that. And then what to do if they don't let go, Sensei? When we use all of our weight against them, and we hit the floor. So let's go here. Floor level. Okay. So she grabs my wrist, just like that, and I kick. That's number one. But of course, we can do the next step, which is putting this foot over her hand and then grabbing the ground as she drags me. Yeehaw, just like so. Making myself heavy. Hopefully, I can escape afterwards, just like that, by pulling my hand out, kicking away from her. Okay, so we've got, I'll do these from the ground. I got standing up, I've got circular, I've got breakaway, and then I've got hitting the ground and putting my leg over to get loose. Okay? All right. And then, of course, if my leg cannot go over, I just kick down here. Kick, just like that. And make it hard for her to drag me by grabbing the ground as I'm kicking. Kick. Okay? All right. Standing back up with double hand. Okay, so she grabs me two hands. I've got circular, and then I've got breakaway, just like that. Adding the strikes to it for you older students, I have circular. I try to grab head and then knee kick right afterwards. My hands are close to there anyways. Okay, or breakaway. Pull both at the same time, but then I hit nose one at a time. So I do my circular breakaway technique. Next one is hitting the ground. I wonder if my feet can just... Nope, I need to move the camera. So on to the ground. She grabs me with both hands. First one is kicking down here and trying to get loose that way. If that's not working, I start doing the spider lasso stuff, where I put a leg over and into the ground, and then this leg kicks these legs just like that. High ranks, you know to push this leg back. Let me do that to you. And then start tripping up this leg. Okay? But first and second class, we'll worry about that later. Next one is front choke. From here. These are usually done traveling. No one stands there and chokes you. So I do circular. Here's my circular technique. Okay, and then go and grab again. And then my breakaway, I try to hit her hands off of me just like so. Okay, if that doesn't work, I'm gonna grab her hands, especially if I am able to. Same size, if she's close to my size. Now she's the captive. Okay, so, and then there's one more. Here's circular, and then breakaway, and then circular. If my hands go through and it doesn't work, I'm going to swim and grab her, then headbutt and elbow, and then breakaway. Bam. Oh, we already did this one. I strike and elbow her the same way. So, next one, back choke. Okay. I'm going to hit her hands off of me. It's kind of like a circular breakaway. I'm going to move and whack her hands off of me. Okay. If I can't whack her hands off, I start putting my, like, if the hands don't come off you, I start grabbing her hands. And there's two grabs that are acceptable. I just grabbed her hands, if you see that. I'll move to this side. Now she's the captive one. This one strikes on its way over. I put both my hands over and then elbow. If I grab high and then low, that's still acceptable. So I lift up, I grab this hand instead of coming over, comes under here, that's fine too. I just have to yeet them. Yeet. Throw them afterwards. Okay? All right. Next set is bear hugs. So there is the slide where I jump into crab position and slowly slide down her leg, just like so. Okay? And then I think I had you turn towards them. You can't see me, but then I kick them away if I don't have an escape after that. So sliding down in crab position. So over the arms, we've got Superman and Superwoman. Superman, I just try to slip underneath. I have to snake my hands over and my head out just like that. Okay? Superwoman is usually done with a lift. If they lift you up, I hit in between the legs with my, let me show the camera real quick, with this foot coming up behind me. I shoot my hands out, so it's called Superwoman, right? Now, it doesn't always affect like a hit between the legs like we think it would in the movies where they go, oh, and then they just let go. But it makes it hard for them to run. If your leg is stuck in between their leg, I'm lifting it up just like that. And my leg is stuck in between her legs. It just makes it an obstacle for her to run if I don't get a solid kick in. Or I can go around. If this foot comes around and hooks onto her legs, it also makes it hard for her to run. And it makes it to where it's like an elevator. I can skip myself down by hooking this leg around her. So that's Superwoman. So Superman, just straight up. Superwoman, just like that. And then there is going and grab again. Still Superman. I have to turn myself sideways in the air, right? And just putting all my weight like this makes it hard for them to carry. You would know that if you were a kid throwing a fit and your mom tried to pick you up. Let me get out real quick. Good bear hold. Okay, so if she grabs, go ahead and bear hug me. If she grabs over underneath the arms, we need to bend forward and try to grab this leg, okay? And so I reach and I grab her leg to trip her backwards. Even if she's just carrying me in the air like this, okay? With me holding her one leg or trying to get it, that delays a lot of time, or they just drop you. We land in turtle to get out, okay? So let's see, that doesn't cover all of it. Oh, next one, extra credit, is wrapping. Let me do So this works from over the arms or underneath the arms. It's just when they do underneath, it's easier. But I try to grab her leg to trip her, okay? If I'm big enough, I can just scoop it up like this. Grab it with my own leg. And that's what we should be doing anyways, because we're going to sprawl ourselves forward. Now, sprawling myself forward, okay, I wrap around her foot here while I'm in turtle position. So this is locked here. And then I start trying to grab the other leg, just like this. And that, once again, even if she's winning and not letting go, it's hard to hold a kid that is holding you, holding both your legs. I grab both these two just like that. And that completes the bear hug series. High ranks. I want to show the high ranked ones. One more, dear Dar. So over my arms, we still try to do the same thing. Grab this leg, or if we're able just to yeet them off of our back by just shoving our hips up and then throwing them. Okay? Next one, going and grab it underneath the arms. Okay? And same thing, I can try to get down to frog position and throw them. But if we're same size versus same size and my hands can reach, I can turn back and strike them just like that. Okay, try to get their head off, bouncing off of my elbows. Then I'm going to loosen you up just a little bit. Other words, kind of fall. But next is I step behind them, one of their legs with those elbows, and I push them off of me. Okay, so that's for you high rank, same size versus same size. But some of you guys in the second class are like about the size of grown adults. You kids are so big. But that is all the self-defense series, starting from white belt class all the way up. No, it's not. Cross grip. One more. So parents, if you're using these videos to practice with your students, let me show this real quick. Here is single hand grab. Her left is grabbing my right, okay? And we're in like open position. When she grabs with the other one, we're in closed position, meaning my stomach's facing this way, her stomach grabbing this way, and this is her right hand against my right hand. It's called cross grip on the curriculum, okay? This one, putting the leg over like works. It's just a stronger grip for stranger danger. This one I taught the students just to hit the ground and then start kicking this leg. I'm kicking her knee, you can't see it down here, but I hit the ground in tank position and I start kicking, okay? If they don't let go. From the first two. Circular, I have inside out just like that. And then breakaway, almost a mixture of them both, but I do circular, it doesn't work, I step in and I elbow her this way. Yeah, let me show it with this hand, just like this. This one we haven't reviewed enough, so I won't test you on it. I want you to know it, at least. Here's my circular, okay? And then breakaway, I like thumb out that direction. Here's my circular, I'm going to reinforce it by stepping over and then breaking away that way, if that makes sense. Or if it's done underneath, I step over and then my hand, I slip out that way, okay? That's extra credit. Another one that I want you to know knowledge of is crocodile rolling. If you're in a precarious situation and they pull me onto my stomach and are dragging me this way, know that you need to grab your hand underneath and then just start rolling until they let go of it. And that goes with the other limb as well, other set of limbs. If I'm kicking and they grab my feet, if I roll, it's gonna twist them up, okay? So roll viciously and hard, just like we practiced. Another extra credit. Double hand. 2-on-1. And that's why we do a crocodile roll with this one, because this is that's a strong grip for stranger. 2 hands against 1 limb, you betcha that you're gonna be moving forward and you might have to be rolling. But if I can manage to do circular or breakaway, because I'm strong enough or they're weak enough, then those same moves apply, okay? But remember to crocodile roll if the situation gets out of control and they're dragging you. All right. Thank you so much, Dar.